never sent or received any classified material. They are retroactively classifying it. I agree completely with Secretary Powell, who said today, this is an absurdity. And so I think the American people will know it's an absurdity. I have absolutely no concerns about it whatsoever.
There is an open FBI investigation into this matter about how you may have handled classified material. Are you 100% confident that nothing is going to come of this FBI investigation?
I am 100% confident. This is a security review that was requested. It is being carried out. It will be resolved.
All right, Hillary Clinton at last night's Democratic debate saying she's confident the FBI investigation into her private server will result in nothing. But that wasn't the only tense moment between Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders. Take a look at just some of the fireworks.
You being the self-proclaimed gatekeeper for progressivism, I don't know anyone else who fits that definition.
I mean, instead of arguing about definitions, let's talk about
you began it yesterday with your
what
comments.
we should do.
Honestly, Senator Sanders is the only person who I think would characterize me, a woman running to be the first woman president, as exemplifying the establishment. I think it's time to end the very artful smear that you and your campaign have been carrying out in recent weeks. And let's talk about the issues. Let's talk about the issues that divide us.
Okay, let's talk
we
about
both
issues.
agree with campaign finance reform.
Let's talk about issues.
I worked hard for McCain-Feingold. I want to reverse Citizens United.
Let's talk about issues.
Let's talk about issues.
Let's talk about issues. All right, let's talk about why in the 1990s Wall Street got deregulated. Did it have anything to do with the fact that Wall Street spent billions of dollars on lobbying and campaign contributions? Well, some people might think, yeah, that had some influence.
All right, joining us now is former Obama surrogate, political consultant Matthew Lippman is with us, former NYPD detective, Fox News contributor Bo Dietl, and former Clinton pollster, Fox News contributor Doug Schoen. All right, the Inspector General for the Intelligence Department, a guy appointed by Obama, a guy confirmed by a Democratic majority in the Senate, he's the one that says that they found dozens and dozens of emails with SAP, Special Access Program classification. Okay. That's not retroactive. What she said is an outright lie. It's just not true.
Sean, this is a real political and legal problem for her.
It's a legal problem. This is the FBI, the Democratic Inspector General.
Well, it's political and legal because it has legal implications and political implications for her candidacy. But I regard it as a Clinton supporter, as something that is very serious. We still don't know what the Justice Department will do, but I'm not 100% certain it will be resolved to her satisfaction.
You know, there's two areas here. One area is if she intentionally did it. The other area is negligence.
But the law doesn't matter.
No, but the negligence side, even if she was negligent with it, it's still a crime. And there's a lot of things on here, I think, with a lot of these political contributions that are on these emails. There's a lot of good stuff there. When her husband, the president, I think it was over $110 million worth of speeches. UBS, all of a sudden, they did a deal with UBS. He got $1.5 million for doing a speech for 15 minutes. This thing stinks. All she's about is one thing, money, that Clinton Foundation coming through Canada. Every one of these contributions are coming from countries that are not really favorable to the United States.
Let me go to Mr. Lippman. Now, look, you were up against the Clinton machine. Things got really personal. Bill Clinton accusing the Obama campaign, they played the race card on me, and they planned to do it from the very beginning. So there's been bad blood with Clinton and Obama. Now you've got Clinton going after poor Bernie Sanders with the artful smear comment. It almost seems like we're back in 2008. The frontrunner is losing to an insurgent candidate. In this case, it's a 74-year-old curmudgeon socialist from Vermont. It doesn't get any worse, Mr. Lippman, than
Brooklyn.
that. What?
Yeah, no. Well, look, I think in the Democratic Party, the one thing that's been shown over time is liberals really like an underdog. And in Bernie Sanders' case, he's promising a lot of people free health care, basically free college.
Free.
Basically, you could eat pizza for lunch every day and not get fat, and you could date Kate Upton.
But you heard Hillary's Iowa
the Bernie
speech.
Sanders campaign.
After she lost Iowa, she offered everything free like Bernie. She sounded like Bernie on steroids.
No.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that because
I'll
she's
play
not
it for
offering.
you. You want me
No,
to play
well,
it
you're
for you?
asking. Are you?
This is.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Hillary Clinton,
Go
she
ahead.
makes a list of every single leftist thing that she can offer for free. Let's roll that tape.
We can create more good-paying jobs and raise incomes for hardworking Americans again. I know that we can finish the job of universal health care coverage for every single man, woman, and child. I know we can combat climate change and be the clean energy superpower of the 21st century. I know we can make college affordable and get student debt off the backs of young people.
The only thing missing was the Dean scream. Angry and more left-wing than Bernie. That's not her.
Sean, you said everything was free. She said nothing in there that was free.
Okay.
More clean energy jobs,
you didn't
less
hear the
student
same
debt.
thing I
That's
did.
not free.
Bo?
You know what I'm starting to see? I'm starting to see the real Hillary Clinton. Some of my Secret Service friends told me about little episodes that happened in the White House with President Bill there, and this is the lady that you're starting to see right now.
That's what I love about Bo. Bo has the connections to get the real story.
Well, $15 million from Wall Street. Now she hates Wall Street. She will say and she will do anything to get that nomination.
I agree with you.
She's a liar, and that's the fact.
And by the way, and the American people, they perceive, the American people see her.
Don't you feel that, Sean?
I do, and she will lose. I think she is an unelectable candidate for your side. Let me give you an example.
So that also means you don't think the Justice Department will do anything, as I don't.
I actually think, well, here's what I think how it will go down. I think there will be a criminal referral. I think that the Justice Department will resist. I think Comey will resign. Other FBI people will resign. They will leak the entire list of evidence, and she is unelectable. That's what I think. Now, let's go to the issue of her duplicity. Answering the question, $675,000 for 3 speeches to Goldman Sachs. Let's play the answer.
One of the things that Senator Sanders points to, and a lot of your critics point to, is you made 3 speeches for Goldman Sachs. You were paid $675,000 for 3 speeches. Was that a mistake? I mean, was that a bad error in judgment?
Look, I made speeches to lots of groups. I told them what I thought. I answered questions.
But did you have to be paid $675,000?
Well, I don't know. That's what they offered. So, every Secretary of State that I know has done that.
But that's usually once they're office and not running for an office again.
Well, I didn't
must
know.
Have known.
To be honest, I wasn't committed to running. I didn't know whether I would or not.
You didn't think you were going to run for president again?
I didn't.
It's just like the Clinton Foundation. She won't criticize Saudi Arabia. They give money to the Clinton Foundation, and they buy her silence on the abuse of women and human rights record. It's the same thing.
You see, I think unless we're close to the Saudis, Sean, to combat Iran, we've got a real problem. But what she's not doing
she took money from the Saudis, and she won't criticize that women have to dress a certain way, can't drive a car, can't leave the house without a male relative.
But say that if we don't work with them,
that's not the same as taking their money and not speaking out about their human rights failures.
We also give them a lot of money for their defense, which we got.
Hillary gained money for the foundation. You're missing the point.
And she's using it to help women.
Let me make sure. We'll get back to Bo in a second. Matt, I don't want to leave you out here. And she is hugging Barack Obama. Like this, she's trying to wrap herself around. You know why? Because I think she wants Barack Obama to use his influence with Loretta Lynch and not push for an indictment, which every other American would get.
Sean, I'm shocked that you feel that way. I don't agree with you. I'm sure that surprises you, too. On the issues, do you want me to talk about the issue of the speaking fees in Wall Street? Because I'm a speechwriter. And I've been writing speeches for a lot of people who speak to a lot of corporations. That's a whole big business. Pat Riley does it, Rudy Giuliani does it.
And how many people get $225,000 in speech?
I could actually tell you.
How many?
I can actually tell you who gets those fees.
Who?
There are a lot of people. You'd be surprised.
How many get $225,000?
Like Sean Penn or George Clooney or Kevin Spacey.
How much?
You do have to up your fee.
What?
But it's true, and it is true, and they get paid to speak about their experiences.
But the point is the obvious conflict of interest. People buy her influence, and this was what the whole Clinton Foundation issue was about.
Right.
But they're not buying her influence.
Yes, they are.
Absolutely, they are. With UBS,
no, they're not. They're just giving speeches.
Okay, how do you explain Bill Clinton $1.5 million from UBS, and all of a sudden they give him them a fine. That was what the bank accounts that were being hidden over there. All these things set up, and money then floats into the Clinton Foundation. You've got criminal people involved there, and then you got that guy. Who was that guy that he was a billionaire? He was selling arms, and then all of a sudden he pardoned him.
Mark Rich.
It was all part of that. The Clintons' roost will come home to roost that day.
The chickens will come home to roost.
I still think she will be the nominee, and given the dysfunction on the Republican side, she has got as much chance to be elected as anybody.
Wow. All right, guys. Thank you all for being with us.
I agree with Doug.